I guess, what are your thoughts on the current price action of DRIP, and how do you anticipate the many utilities that we see from DRIP coming with said DRIP price action?
Yeah, well, DRIP, before we launched Animal Farm, I made it pretty clear what my opinion of how it would likely affect the DRIP price, because it's relatively predictable. Whenever we do some sort of new integration that provides utility and provides support for DRIP, but also provides a new investment opportunity, what typically happens is you have a immediate migration of capital from DRIP to whatever this new investment opportunity is, which causes a correction in DRIP in the short term. But then this new utility that was added ends up having a net positive effect on the price over the coming months to come. And this has happened several times. It's very predictable that something like this would happen, and it's what I said would likely happen. Now, with that said, we know that the market as a whole has corrected about 80-85%. Altcoins have corrected larger than that. But when you account for the yield that DRIP has paid out and include that into the price valuation, we have outperformed all of the major altcoins in crypto. And this includes Cake, this includes BNB itself, this includes all of the major altcoins, because DRIP is paying out a sustainable 1% interest daily. And I could go into the dynamics about how it's able to sustain this, and it's largely due to the restrictions that we put on compounding and the max payouts that we limit people to, and the very aggressive affiliate program, which allows for compounded and exponential onboarding, paired with the limitations that we put on exponential growth and compounding on the staking faucet, the reward staking contract. So when you account for the fact that when you account for the yield that we've paid out with the current price of DRIP, we've done a price correction in DRIP that's on par with the rest of the market, right? It's about on par with BNB and Cake and these other tokens, but we're paying out yield that is thousands of times higher than any of these tokens. So it's when you account for all factors, DRIP is outperforming all of these other major assets out there. And on top of that, we've just added major utility, which we knew, since it's an additional investment opportunity, would migrate some capital from DRIP, but in the long run provide more utility and have a net positive effect on DRIP. So overall, I feel good about DRIP. I've always felt good about DRIP. And I've learned a lot from DRIP as well. So one of the things I've learned is you can generate profit for your investor base in a series of ways. One way is through paying out high yield in the token itself, which is what DRIP does. Then the other is high price appreciation, which is good, but is limited, or a combination of the two, which is what Animal Farm is doing, and that is paying out rewards both through price appreciation and through a third-party dividend model, which is not your asset, and in this case it's BNB and BUSD, and creating an incentive structure where you're allowing price appreciation and increased dividend rewards, but these dividend rewards are not causing sell pressure on your native assets because they're being paid out in BNB or BUSD in this case. And in fact, it allows for more positive price appreciation because that BNB and BUSD can be used to compound back into your liquidity pool in the case of the auto compounding dog pound, or people just manually using their dividend to buy more dogs and buy more pigs, and in the auto pig pen, which is in the works right now to allow people to earn compound interest in the form of BUSD, which is utilized to increase their pig position. So overall, I'm bullish on DRIP in the long term. The current volatility and looking at the overall market, all of this is very predictable. We knew it would happen. I said it would happen for months leading up to the launch of Animal Farm, and what's important to me is that our products are providing real utility, and they have a strong market fit, and they are sustainable. And if you look at any of our competition, we are doing all of these. We're hitting all these factors in a much better way. So we're in peak bear market now. Animal Farm is just outperforming the market like crazy, both in price and in dividend paid out. And then Drip is outperforming the market mostly through yield being paid out. But of course, profit is profit, and whether it's in yield being paid out or it's in price appreciation, it's all good. But in my opinion, the best way to do it is in a way that allows for price appreciation, because the average user, the people on the sidelines, the people that are not looking at all of the metrics, there's no better form of promotion than just the price going up. That you get on the trending list, people FOMO in. So every, just this is the last question. Let me just kind of wrap it up by saying I created my Discord group about 6 years ago with the intention of teaching some of my family and friends about investing, because all of them were asking me. And I created this Discord group. Well, first, I joined a couple other Discord groups, and I saw that all of them were just, shilling centralized exchange referral links, and like none of them were quality. So I created my own because I didn't want to invite my family and friends to those groups. And I thought this would be good. I'll use it as a trade journal for myself, and just a place to jot down thoughts and keep track of my trades and all of this. And I'll help my family and friends, hopefully, and teach them a little bit about investing, because I've been investing since high school. It's been my primary income since just a couple years out of high school, but I started in high school. And I brought them on, and I started trying to teach them everything I knew about trading, everything I knew about investing. And it became apparent very quickly that the people who were going to be successful trading and investing were people that had the ability to be self-driven and self-teaching and take the initiative. And there was very little impact I could have as far as my ability to turn people into profitable traders. It was long-term, yes, but in the short term, which is what most of them were interested in, actually doing like day-to-day trading, it was next to impossible, if not impossible. So this is when I decided to focus more on developing tools and products that would allow them to earn without needing to focus on speculative trading and without needing to time the market. And I started this by working on some various bots that I had that I was working with that did things such as like anti-rug bots, which would get you out of a position if the founder called the remove liquidity function, things like this. And then I moved to Reap, which was my first shot at doing a token, and I started with Reap for very specific reasons, because it was simple and elegant, but had the right game theory to reward long-term holding, and it was simple and elegant enough that it could be a base to start building onto. And Reap is doing amazing. Reap is up something like 1,000x right now in these down market conditions. Reap is up 1,000x from listing, and has very strong utility in our DAO. That's our DAO token. You need to hold 300 Reap to get access to our private DAO, where we do our pre-sales. Also, where I share some we all share info about our different investments and trades and what we're getting into and all of these things. There's major utility there. We're making a lot of money in there. But regardless of that, that's why I started developing, because I make, and I've always made, but especially now, being one of the highest performing traders in the world, objectively, I make way more money trading than I do through developing. But I see developing as a way where I get to do something I love, which is build. I get to add value and utility to the world. I make money, right? I make enough money that it's worth it from a financial standpoint, even though it's not as much money as I make trading. And I get to really help my family and friends and now the wider community. And this means a lot to me. And I realized I was not going to be able to do that through teaching people how to trade. And also, this is something that I've spoke about. It should be obvious to most people, but it's not. No trading strategy is infinitely scalable. I have a very specific trading strategy that I use and I've designed over the past 5 years. And I could not teach it to people and have everybody I teach be profitable and just have that scale. It doesn't work like that. So I realized that even if I could teach people how to trade and have them actually become profitable traders, I would have to teach everybody my system to be able to do that. And very quickly, none of us will be making money because we'd be cannibalizing each other. So I decided to focus on development And every step of the way, from REAP till Animal Farm, has been about developing systems that allow people to earn without the need of speculative trading, because that's where most people lose money in the market. And every product I've launched has been a step further towards this. And it's been an evolution of my process of creating products that allow people to earn as owners in strong fundamental projects without the need for speculative trading. And Animal Farm, I feel, is the peak of this due to your ability to provide value in the form of capital, state collateral, and earn a dividend in the form of BNB and BUSD, which allows you to passively earn in a way that does not require you to sell the native assets and time the market to secure profit. And this is right now the most optimal form of this kind of product that allows you to earn without speculation. And I think that we absolutely nailed it. There's still a ton that needs to be done, but the core utility is there, and now we basically laid the foundation to build on top of, and we have so much more to come. We're going to be adding, right now we're doing a form of institutional lending where we're lending to PancakeSwap. We have a couple other major DeFi platforms that we're interested in doing this kind of institutional lending to, which will be opt-in. And next year we will be having individualized lending and insurance added to the utility of Animal Farm, which will allow people to take out an individualized loan against their collateral and be able to insure their stakes on the platform. And again, everything I do from this point on is going to be something that serves all of DeFi. So it will not just serve our platforms, but it will start with a couple of the top projects and spread from there. And the goal is to start being able to insure some of these major, fully immutable, fully decentralized, non-collateral platforms, and do it in a way that's sustainable, that's secure, that makes sense, and allow people to have a real decentralized lending model that meets all of the different utilities of lending, not just collateralized lending to institutions, but individualized lending and other forms of lending. So there's so much more to come. We have games coming. I just did a meeting with someone who is a casino developer. What I told them was, I'm not so interested in casino games because although there is utility there, people want to play games. I'm more interested in poker because poker is something where there is an element of skill and people can have a positive edge if they put in the time and if they learn the skill, rather than something like a casino game where there's kind of a built-in negative edge for the user. I'm not super interested in that, but it's something that we could do, right? Because people at the end of the day do want to play games. The thing with something like Scratchy is that each scratch ticket that you buy acts like a share of the platform. So it's not something with a built-in negative edge, right? Because you have a 1 in 3 chance of winning a prize or more, depending on the price tier that you buy into, but you're also getting a share ownership of the platform. So this is where there's a net positive edge there. And I never want to do anything that has a baked in negative edge for the user. So that's why I'm kind of standoffish about casinos in general and sports books, but I'm very interested in poker and having people be able to like play poker and have more like skill-based games like that. And there's a couple other games that we're working on that are skill-based, that are very fun, such as Dogs of Fortune, and a ton of other stuff that we have in the roadmap in the works that will be coming out. And we have about 6 products that are developed in various states of development. Some of them are fully developed. Some of them just need the UI done. Some of them, for example, the Dogs of Fortune game, the initial contracts were developed, but I would like to add a team element to it. So I'm going to kind of go back and do a bit more like back-end development on that. But we have about 6 products with like 2 or 3 of them fully developed, another 3 or 4 that are 80-90% developed, and I just hired someone else, a very, very intelligent doctor that I am that I'm good friends with, to reverse engineer a game that I'm very interested in basically creating a decentralized version of. So we have a ton of coals in the fire right now, or a ton of pokers in the fire, however you want to say it. And we're in a position to be able to launch a new high demand, like major impact product every month or every other month for the next 2 years. And this is why we're really trying to add to our team and add more developers because ideally it doesn't take 2 years to push it all out. But if it does, that's cool too, because there'll be something new and awesome and amazing coming out every couple months for the next 2 years. Or we get more developers on and we have a faster time period where we're pushing something once a month and it takes, a year or something. But there's so much more to come. This is just the beginning. This is just the foundation. We're just getting started. And we're in the perfect position to really take advantage of the current ecosystem with all these centralized platforms messing up, ruining people's lives. And the answer to that is open source, truly decentralized, non-custodial products that are operating on a solid network like BSC and have true market fit, true utility, and that's what we're delivering. And we're in a perfect position to do that, and it's the perfect time to do that at kind of, peak bear market. So we're really only going to grow from here. Maybe we do a bit more of a correction from here, but at the end of the day, this is just a perfect time to build and develop, and that's what we're doing, and it's very exciting, and I feel great. I wake up every morning feeling great.
Thanks, Forex, for that. I think this is